What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time of course we're taking a look at our boy DSP's financial record for the week and also doing a comparative from year over year and just taking a look at how DSP is doing as a business. And you guys know I do this every week, and yeah, it's become kind of a fixture of my content, and I mostly do it because our boy Phil loves to say that he's having a great week, a great month. Things are great, things are awesome, support's outstanding, and of course we just know that he's trying to do the cope. So yeah, so I like to take a look and see, all right, is it true that Phil is having a good week, or if he's just talking out of his culo and not being truthful? And most of the time he's not being truthful. So of course, as always, we take a look at our boy Piece's tip tracker. Big ups to Piece of Peace. If you're not subbed to him, definitely sub to him, give him a like. He puts up some quality content and puts in a lot of effort to maintain the spreadsheet. It's available to the public, has a lot of good information, and yeah, definitely check it out. But of course, most people that follow DSP and know all the lore and everything will probably already check out this, have checked out or reviewed this information. But big ups to Piece of Peace. Like always, what I typically do is I take a spreadsheet and I just take bits of information that I need. And of course, what I tend to look at is his super chats and his tips for the week, for the work week. And then again, I like to do a comparison of where he's at currently in 2023 versus the same time last year in 2022. So here we have it here. So as you can see, for his work week, he started on the 23rd all the way to the 28th. And you can see here that Phil pulled in, his gross tips were $904, which is less than normal. I mean, the week before that, he pulled in 8 something. So it hasn't been good for the last couple of weeks for Phil. For super chats, he pulled in $452, which is a little bit better than typically what he pulls in. So what I want to do here is yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to do that. So yeah, so $904 for tips, $452 for super chats, right? For a grand total of $1,354. Now, if we take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, he streamed 6 days. So if we take the $904 and divide that by 6 days, he pulled in an average daily amount of about $150 per day in tips. And then if we take a look at his super chats and divide that by 6, he pulled in roughly about $75, right? And then overall, he pulled in $225. That was his average per day for the streaming week, which, hey man, that's pretty good. I know his tips are low, $150. That's only a tier 2 and a tier 1 tip goal, which is what he's asked for in the past. He stated that that's an okay day if he makes that, so you can't complain much. But of course, Phil will. And he's back on the whole I'm not begging, I'm not going to ask for support trip, which he always does. He does the sneak bags. So if this continues at this pace, I'm pretty sure that we're going to hear a full-throated beg or maybe a special video talking about how Phil needs that liquidity for his bills and so on. That's coming soon, folks. Okie doke. So, okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to do a comparative for where he's at for 2023 and the same period for 2022. So I'm taking a look at the period between 1/1/2023 through 2/27/2023. And the reason why I'm not including the 28th is because last year I think he had off on the 28th. So just to make sure we're comparing apples to apples and not looking at one extra day versus one lesser day, just so that we get the good averages, I'm just excluding the 28th out, right? So for 2023, for the total amount of this month, the total amount of the year, okay, Phil has pulled in a $9,035 in tips. For super chats, he's pulled in $3,643. for a total of $12,681. So essentially for 2 months, Phil has pulled in over $6,100 total combined, right? And then here, these numbers here are percentages. Now this percentage comes from comparing it to the same period last year. So in 2022 for February and January, he pulled in $11,847 in tips, $5,280 in super chats, for a combined total of $17,127. Now, if you compare those numbers from 2022 to 2023, you will see that he has made 24% less than he did last year in tips, 31% less in super chats, and 26% less in combined total. So yeah, it's not bad. He is off by nearly almost $5,000. Phil has made almost $5,000 less in 2023 than he did in 2022. And again, that's just looking at super chats and tips. I'm not looking at ad revenue. I'm not looking at memberships, Patreons. I'm just looking at super chats and tips, which of course are the main sources of Phil's income. I mean, his ad revenue is whatever, $2,000 a month. Patreon is what, a couple $100, and then memberships are what, a couple $100. So that's not his main source. His main source are tips and super chats. And as you can see here, DSP as a business is not doing well. It's bad. So when I talk about how his channel is struggling and falling down, these are the type of metrics that I like to use. I like to look at the super chats, the tips, and compare it year after year. Compare how he did last year and how he's doing this year. Because as a business, one of the things that you like to see is growth. You like to see a growth every quarter. You like to see a little bit more. And just Phil is not doing that. His channel has been declining for a while, both in income and views. So what I want to quickly do too is I want to take a look at his Social Blade, because I know Social Blade just recently updated. So DSP Gaming. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so here are his views. Oh my lord. Okay, so he had so going all the way back to November. Yeah, actually, no. Let's go back to August. August, he dipped down to 617,000 views a month, which is garbage. That's terrible for Phil. For his size, how much content he puts out, how much old content he has, he should have more than this. And like I always tell you guys, I average about 1.1 to 1.3 million views a month. And my channel is nowhere near as big as Phil. And my content is essentially Phil's content. So there's something terrible going on. And we all know what it is. It's boring. It's unedited. It's just hours of trash, and nobody really wants to watch that. So in August, yeah, he got 617,000 views. In September, he got 657,000 views. October, which is the beginning of the hardcore gaming season, he bumped up to 694. November, 696,000. In December, he got a little bit of bump because, Christmas time, people started watching his content, so he got 709,000 views. You know how he always claims he makes 1 million views? No, he hasn't made 1 million views in over like 3 years. It's been a long time. And then in January, he pulled in 751,000 views, which is pretty high for January for him. But then, as you can see, he dipped down to 640,000 views in February. And that's a whole bunch of factors. One, it's a shorter month. It's only short by about 3 days. So, I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, he started doing DSPReacts. So it took away a lot of his steam, quote unquote, from his DSP Gaming over to DSPReact. And essentially, he took content away from his one channel and diluted it and brought it over to DSPReacts, which is a mistake. It is. If you have one channel that's struggling, there's no point in having a second channel, because all it's going to do is just going to take away from, it's going to take away from your content. So let's see here what Phil did in February. Okay, so here it's February numbers. So for views, he pulled in 56,000 views. 56,000 views on DSPReacts. That's garbage. And as you can see, he was averaging about 19,000 views, and that was from his old content. So essentially, as you can see here, he averages about 15 to 18,000 views just on his old content. And then when he started re-uploading, he got all the way to 56,000. So of the 56,000, you could probably remove about 15,000. So he essentially only had about 40,000 views for his new content for a month. That's terrible, Phil. That is terrible. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know why it's so low, because I thought maybe you'd be lucky and get, close to 100K views, but no, you got half of that, Phil. So I expect that number actually to drop in March, because I think he realized that there's really not much money in that. He's not getting the memberships he wants. He's probably making, after fees and everything, he's making maybe $100-something off of memberships. And it's just not going to be worth it for Phil. So Phil's going to put in not that much effort and time. He's going to do his usual crap that he wants. And I expect the views to actually drop even more. So yeah, man, I got a C+. That's a bad grade. Let's see what your boy Duty has. Wow, Duty got a B. Oh my lord. Big up Duty. Yeah, see, I average about 1 million, close to 1 million. Yep. So, not good for our boy Phil. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.